Let's move on to the next caller.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, who do you want to take?
I was going to say, do you remember the name of all four elephants? But let's take River.
River.
Take me to the river.
You're talking to Eric and
guys.
Jamie. How you doing?
Good. Recently became an atheist, but I'm really desperate for morality and meaning. And
Congratulations, you're not alone, and you're definitely not alone in seeking that. But yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So first off, do you got a pen and paper?
Or the ability to watch YouTube.
Yeah,
back?
that's right. Yeah, you can watch this back.
Yeah, I do. I have all those things. Yes.
Look up Anomie.
Anomie?
Anomie.
I'm in my word browser right now.
Omie.
Anomie.
Mm-hmm.
Anomie.
Right. It's a French word that is used to describe this sense that you're feeling. It feels like the floor fell out from under you when it comes to morals and ethics and the way that you understand things. It's a kind of despair, and it's really, really upsetting. It's something that French philosophers, especially when they were talking about nihilism, really, really kicked into, and it's something that I know I had a lot of experience with. And so when you talk about that, right, losing the faith, it's not just about the God idea. It's how do you frame morality and ethics. Is that kind of where you're at right now?
Yep, pretty much.
Totally, dude. Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to give you those things that worked for me, and I'm going to try and hammer them out quickly. I know we have other callers, but I really do want to give you good advice because holy crap, I wish there would have been somebody who would have given that advice to me. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You cannot explain that why people should behave morally, correct?
I don't know if that's true, but
At the
I don't
moment.
have an explanation yet.
Okay.
At the moment, no.
But could you confirm with me that we do? You might not know why, but you can confirm that we behave morally. So let that start that framework, that you don't need to justify why we should behave morally, because we are creatures behaving in a moral way. What we're trying to do is explain why we do that. And, right? I know. It helps. It helps a lot. It helped me a lot. But you keep going, right? And the more that we learn along different avenues, the better. So what I've been able to understand and learn is that the way we've evolved as empathetic creatures, and by the way, River, I do have to jump in. I absolutely screwed up when I was on with V before, and I was saying that evolution has absolutely nothing to do with morality. And I got nailed on it, and I absolutely was wrong. And I need to make sure that I stand up and say, hey, I was wrong. What our evolution did is, as social creatures, we are incentivized biologically to behave in moral ways as social creatures. The way that our brains are set up, we receive rewards for helping each other. And that behavior, when it's given back to us, right, it's how we're able to create the society. And we're able to see it in other social animals. And we're able to track that and see that empathetic response. And although that doesn't describe all of it, that describes a whole lot. And it is a good foundation to build from. The rest, you can say, is culture. But start there. And you know what? That's okay. You don't need to have an absolute morality handed to you from on high, because what you create and when you build towards it is incredibly fulfilling. Instead of being some peon that's being ordered around that you need to behave or else you get spanked forever in hell, instead what we're deciding is, as a society together, we're deciding how we're going to treat each other. And the more important thing is, and which I've seen people who I respect say, is that when you agree on what the goal is, it's no longer just subjective, right? Because that's what people say. No. Oh, it's just subjective. Throw it out. No, because if we agree that human well-being is the goal, then we can take a look at any situation and all of the different things you can do and determine what best leads to the goal that we agreed on. And that can be stated as objective morality.
Absolutely. And I guess my problem is just establishing the goal in the first place. I can say, if you are a human, you have a goal of well-being. You just don't have a choice about that. It's built into your biology. And so if you're a human, I can go logically from that and say, What's the exception?
People who
Yeah.
have a psychopathic.
Well, and I also have clinical depression. I
Yeah.
existentially don't want to exist.
What you evaluate as morality, I think.
Oh, right. You're right.
Yeah. So there's a difficulty for people, for some people, to naturally ascribe to that. But in general, your point
Yes.
is well taken.
But even then,
in general,
there is a benefit to behaving morally, even if you have that even if you don't have that biological response, right? If you don't feel empathy for other people, you are still incentivized to behave morally and ethically to be able to get what you want, to be happy. Otherwise, you're thrown in prison.
Yeah, even if you
Right?
don't love the system, man, you gotta play within it.
Even if you didn't feel bad about killing somebody, if you find out that, hey, if I kill this person, I'm going to have my rights taken away. I'm going to be put in jail. You are incentivized not to do so. If you want to be able to have nice things, you're going to have to work. And if you don't want to work, if you want to steal, you know what? You are running that risk, and you can make that evaluation even as a psychopath. But I hope that helps.
But it does help, and I'll just leave it with this. But I totally understand that I can be moral from the perspective of, it benefits me, but I really don't want that to be the only reason. I want it to be you should be moral because it benefits the other person. But I guess this is a conversation for another time, and I do appreciate it. Thank you.
So two things. One, for the love of whatever it is you happen to love, and also expletive or something, please join either the Reddit and the Discord, and we'll chat about this. And there's lots of people. Oh my God, the number of people with opinions about morality in the Discord. But you'll find it very rewarding and very satisfying. And two, if that is something that you're trying to satisfy, either literally or metaphorically, plant a tree that you won't sit in the shade of, because someone else will, and you'll have put in the work.
There you go.
Wait, I'm not understanding that.
So it's mostly that I've completely butchered the phrasing of the expression, thus rendering my ability to remember it entirely unimpressive. But it's like the world will be well run or something. Will be full of good when old men plant trees that they will never rest under, or something like that. So it's do something good for people that you literally cannot benefit from, right? That tree is going to grow, and you're going to die before it grows enough leaves to provide shade to sit under.
Example, I got to give a shout out to Neil, the 604 atheist. Neil first called in because he said that, you know what, out of the goodness of his heart, he's going to donate a kidney.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
And he is still trying to beat his father's record for the number of times he's donated blood, because he does that every minute of the day or whatever.
By the way, he does have a YouTube channel. Check him out. The guy's fucking amazing. He has a heart of gold. Speaking of hearts of gold,
604 Atheist.
604 Atheist, and
River,
also
let's talk to you
Stidix in the, definitely. River, take care, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.